Hey there, green thumbs. Welcome back to Serene Green Gardens. Now, if you're tired of shelling out your hard-earned cash for veggies at the store only to find out they don't taste nearly as good as you hoped, then you're in the right place. Today we're talking about how to grow your own veggies without breaking the bank. And let me tell you, it's easier than you think. So here's the deal. Today we're diving into 20 forgotten vegetables that grow like weeds. That's right. These veggies are super low maintenance, and some of them might even surprise you with how little attention they actually need. Stick with me and we'll turn your garden into a fresh, thriving powerhouse of produce that practically takes care of itself. Sounds like a dream, right? Let's make it a reality. Some of these vegetables are so simple to grow, they practically plant themselves. You'll be amazed at how effortlessly they flourish. And believe me, these little guys pack a punch when it comes to giving you a healthy harvest. Get ready to discover the hidden gems of gardening that most people don't even think to plant. All right, so here's the catch. These veggies aren't your typical run-of-the-mill garden staples. They're the ones that actually thrive on neglect. Yep, that means less time and effort on your part while still saving you money and stress. Whether you've been gardening for years or just getting your feet wet, you're going to find something on this list that will make your gardening life way easier and way more fun. I'm talking about those veggies that most people overlook or simply don't even know about, but they're out there growing effortlessly without anyone's help. These are the kind of vegetables that should be in every garden, but for some reason, they're not. And trust me, once you hear about them, you'll wonder why you haven't started growing them already. First up, we have sweet potatoes. Now, if you haven't grown sweet potatoes in your garden yet, you're missing out. These babies grow like wild, and I mean that in the best way possible. Once you get them started, they practically take care of themselves. Sweet potatoes are incredibly forgiving. Whether you've got poor soil or you're a first-time gardener, they'll find a way to grow. Not only are they easy to grow, but the nutritional value is off the charts too. You get tons of vitamins, minerals, and fiber from these tasty tubers. They're perfect for a hearty meal. And let's not forget, the vines make a beautiful ground cover. You'll get an edible crop while keeping weeds out of your garden. It's like a garden multitasker. Plus, they're hardy and can handle dry conditions better than most crops, making them perfect for lazy gardeners who don't want to fuss with constant watering. Sweet potatoes are definitely a winner for anyone looking to plant something that doesn't require much effort, but rewards you with a generous harvest. Next on the list is amaranth. You might know it as a weed, but I'm here to tell you it's a superfood. Yes, you heard that right. This humble plant gives you two things for the price of one: nutritious greens and edible seeds. You can eat the young leaves like spinach, and they're packed with protein, vitamins, and minerals. But wait, there's more. The seeds? They're edible too. They can be harvested and used like quinoa or rice. Amaranth is one of those plants that just won't quit. It's so easy to grow and it thrives in poor soil, making it a perfect choice for lazy gardeners. Plus, it's drought tolerant, so you won't have to stress over keeping it watered. It practically grows on its own once you plant it. And if you let it go to seed, you'll have a supply of amaranth grain that can last for ages. Seriously, this is one of those plants you plant and forget about, only to come back and find a thriving, edible wonder right in your own backyard. What's not to love about that? All right, so next up we have purslane. Now, don't be fooled. Purslane might be considered a weed by some, but let me tell you, it's a nutritional powerhouse. It's packed with omega-3 fatty acids, which are fantastic for heart health, and it's one of the richest sources of vitamins and antioxidants you can find. It's incredibly easy to grow and thrives in almost any condition. Whether you've got a sunny garden bed, some rocky soil, or even just a neglected corner, purslane will find a way to flourish. The best part? It's practically free. Yep, this plant will grow on its own with little to no care required. You can simply let it do its thing, and before you know it, you'll have a bounty of healthy greens just waiting for you to harvest. And let me tell you, it's not just good for you, it's good for your garden too. Purslane grows quickly and works as a great ground cover, helping to suppress weeds and keep your soil healthy. So why not let this little miracle plant do all the heavy lifting? It's a win-win for your garden and your health. Next we have moringa, also known as the miracle tree. If you haven't heard of moringa yet, it's time to pay attention, because this plant is an absolute game changer. Moringa grows so fast you'll barely believe it. It's one of those plants that seems to spring up overnight. What makes it so amazing? Well, moringa's leaves are packed with nutrients. Think protein, iron, calcium, and vitamins A, C, and E. It's basically a superfood in a tree, and it's surprisingly low maintenance. You don't need to fuss with it too much, and it'll reward you with tons of nutrient-dense leaves that can be harvested for smoothies, soups, or even dried and used as a powder. Moringa is also drought tolerant, which means once it's established, it's good to go even in dry conditions. If you're looking for something that grows fast, provides a ton of nutrients, and practically takes care of itself, moringa is your plant. Seriously, if you've got a little space in your garden, why not let this miracle tree work its magic? You'll have fresh, healthy greens in no time, and the best part is, you didn't have to do much at all to get them. Next up, let's talk about radishes. Now, I'm sure you've seen these little guys at the grocery store, but have you ever thought about growing them yourself? If you haven't, trust me, you're missing out. Radishes are one of the fastest growing vegetables you can plant. Seriously, you can have a harvest in as little as 3 to 4 weeks. That's right, just a few short weeks from planting and you'll be enjoying those crisp, spicy little snacks. And the best part? They're super easy to care for. They don't need much in terms of maintenance, just regular watering and a little bit of sunlight and they'll be good to go. You can plant them in small spaces like containers or raised beds, which makes them perfect for anyone with limited gardening space. And not only are they fast and easy to grow, but they make a great snack too. You can eat them raw in salads or even just munch on them straight from the garden. The flavor is refreshing and sharp, and they're packed with nutrients. Once you've tasted a homegrown radish, I promise you'll wonder why you didn't start them sooner. They're that simple and that rewarding. All right, now let's talk about kale. I know you've probably heard about kale a lot, especially in those fancy salads and superfood bowls. But here's the thing. Kale isn't just for fancy salads. It's one of the easiest and most versatile vegetables you can grow, and it thrives in all seasons. Whether it's summer, fall, or even winter in some areas, kale will keep going strong, providing you with a steady supply of fresh greens. And it doesn't need a ton of attention. Just plant it, water it, and let it do its thing. And before you know it, you'll be picking hearty, nutrient-packed leaves. The beauty of kale is that it's hardy, meaning it can withstand colder temperatures better than many other vegetables. Plus, once you harvest some of the outer leaves, it keeps producing more, so you get multiple harvests from the same plant. And let's not forget, kale is packed with vitamins and minerals. It's high in vitamin K, vitamin C, and a whole bunch of antioxidants, making it a fantastic addition to your diet. You can eat it in smoothies, soups, stir-fries, or even just as a side dish. The bottom line is, kale is easy to grow, and it gives you an abundance of healthy greens that will last through multiple seasons. So don't let the fancy reputation fool you. Kale is as simple as it gets to grow, and it's definitely worth the space in your garden. All right, next up is butternut squash. Now, if you've got a little bit of space in your garden, butternut squash is an absolute no-brainer. This plant is a dream for lazy gardeners because it's one of those vegetables that just seems to do its thing without much intervention. Squash plants spread out and cover a good amount of ground, and before you know it, you've got a ton of fruit growing. It's almost like you're watching a little squash empire build itself in your garden. All you need to do is give it some space, water it occasionally, and let the plant work its magic. The vines spread and crawl across the soil, producing loads of squash, which is perfect for making soups, casseroles, or even roasted with a little olive oil and herbs. And the best part? Butternut squash thrives with minimal care. Once it's established, you can practically forget about it and still end up with a bounty of fruit. If you've got space in your garden, butternut squash is definitely a plant you want to consider adding. It's low maintenance, high reward, and you'll be eating fresh, homegrown squash all season long. Now, let's talk about cabbage. I know, cabbage is a classic, but there's a reason it's a staple in so many gardens. It's super easy to grow, and it requires almost no effort once it's in the ground. You don't need any fancy techniques or constant attention. Cabbage just grows effortlessly, producing hardy leaves and beautiful heads with very little work on your part. And here's the thing, cabbage isn't just great for eating raw in salads, it's perfect for so many dishes. You can make coleslaw, add it to stir-fries, or even use it in soups and stews. It's one of those vegetables that's so versatile and it just keeps on giving. As long as you keep it watered and let it get plenty of sunlight, it will reward you with loads of crunchy, delicious heads of cabbage. And if you've ever bought cabbage at the store, you know it can be a bit pricey. Why not grow your own, save some money, and get that fresh from the garden taste? It's perfect for lazy gardeners who want to grow something classic, reliable, and easy. So if you've got the space, go ahead and plant some cabbage. It's a solid, no-fuss vegetable that's sure to make your garden thrive. Let's talk about squash, specifically summer squash or zucchini. Now, zucchini is a garden superhero. Honestly, if you're looking for a plant that's going to give you consistent, low-maintenance results, this is it. You just plop those little zucchini seeds into the ground, give them some water now and then, and that's pretty much it. It's one of those plants that just doesn't ask for much, and in return, it keeps giving you squash all season long. Zucchini is perfect for lazy gardeners because once it's planted, you can pretty much sit back and watch it thrive. And the best part? You get an endless supply of zucchini. Whether you're using it in stir-fries, salads, or even baking it into breads or muffins, zucchini is one versatile vegetable. And let's not forget how fast it grows. Within just a few weeks, you'll be picking fresh, tender squash straight from the garden. They're great for anyone looking to maximize their harvest without putting in too much work. Honestly, zucchini is one of the easiest plants to grow, and once you taste the homegrown version, you'll never want to go back to store-bought. It's fresh, delicious, and the perfect way to fill up your garden with minimal effort. Next up, let's talk about Jerusalem artichokes, also known as sunchokes. These beauties are perfect for those of you who want to add something a little different to your garden without a lot of fuss. Sunchokes grow with virtually no effort at all, and once they're planted, they pretty much take care of themselves. These plants are great for foraging, which means you'll have a never-ending supply of fresh tubers that you can dig up whenever you need them. Now, if you've never heard of sunchokes, you might be wondering what they actually are. Well, they're a type of sunflower that produces edible tubers, and they're perfect for roasting, making soups, or adding to stir-fries. The taste is slightly nutty and the texture is similar to potatoes, but they have a unique earthy flavor that's absolutely delicious. They're also packed with nutrients, including fiber and potassium, so you'll be nourishing your body with every bite. And don't worry about being too gentle with them. These plants are tough, and they'll keep coming back year after year. Whether you're looking to try something new or just want a plant that practically grows itself, Jerusalem artichokes are a must-have for any garden. They're hearty, easy to grow, and will give you a tasty harvest that you didn't have to work too hard for. Definitely one to add to your list if you want to mix things up and keep things low maintenance. Now let's talk about fennel. Fennel is one of those plants that not only gives you great flavor, but also adds a little extra charm to your garden. It's aromatic, with a sweet, slightly licorice-like flavor that can really elevate your dishes. You can use both the bulb and the fronds, so it's like getting two plants in one. What makes fennel such a fantastic choice for lazy gardeners is that it grows easily and doesn't need a ton of care. It thrives in well-drained soil and loves the sun, but it's not too picky otherwise. Once planted, fennel will grow steadily, and the best part is it also attracts beneficial insects to your garden. Things like bees and ladybugs will love hanging around your fennel, helping with pollination and pest control, which is a huge bonus for any gardener. Plus, fennel is a perennial, so once it's established, it'll come back year after year, making it a great low-maintenance plant that keeps on giving. It's a win-win. Great for you and great for your garden's ecosystem. Next up, we've got chard. Now, if you're a fan of leafy greens like spinach, you're going to love chard. But here's the thing. Chard is way more forgiving than spinach. If you've ever tried to grow spinach, you know it can be a bit temperamental. Not chard. This leafy green is incredibly easy to grow and handles a variety of conditions with ease. Whether you've got hot summers or cooler weather, chard will thrive, and it's a lot more drought resistant than many other greens. It's one of those plants that just keeps going even when the weather isn't perfect. And the best part? You can keep harvesting it throughout the season. Just pick the outer leaves as they grow, and the plant will continue to produce fresh, delicious greens all season long. Chard is also packed with vitamins, antioxidants, and minerals, making it a nutritious addition to any garden. Whether you toss it in salads, cook it in stir-fries, or add it to soups, it's always a tasty and healthy choice. So if you're looking for a super easy, low-maintenance green that grows well in a range of conditions, chard is the way to go. Now, we can't forget about lettuce. Lettuce is a classic for a reason. It's a staple in almost every garden. The great thing about lettuce is that it doesn't require constant attention. You can just plant it, water it, and let it grow at its own pace. It thrives in cooler weather, making it perfect for spring and fall gardens, but it's not too picky about the soil, so it's really easy to grow. And when it's time to harvest, you're rewarded with fresh, crisp, tender leaves, perfect for salads, sandwiches, and wraps. Lettuce will keep producing all season long if you keep picking the outer leaves, so you get a continuous supply of fresh greens without having to plant new crops every few weeks. It's a fantastic low-maintenance crop that provides fresh, healthy food right at your fingertips. Plus, it's a quick grower. You'll see results in just a few weeks, which makes it super satisfying for gardeners looking for a fast harvest. Lettuce is one of those vegetables that, once you start growing it, you'll wonder why you ever bought it from the store. Let's talk about beets. Beets are one of those vegetables that give you the best of both worlds. You get delicious earthy roots and nutritious greens, making them a real garden gem. And the best part, they grow fast. You'll see those little beetroot bulbs start to form in just a few weeks, and before you know it, you're ready to harvest. Beets don't need much attention either. They thrive with minimal care, which is perfect for gardeners who don't want to spend a ton of time fussing over them. Just plant them in well-drained soil, give them a little water, and watch them grow. And let's not forget about the greens. Beet greens are packed with vitamins A and C, calcium and iron. You can use them just like any leafy green. Add them to salads, soups, or saute them with a little garlic. It's like getting 2 crops for the price of 1. So if you're looking for a fast-growing, low-maintenance vegetable that gives you both roots and greens, beets are a must-have in your garden. Next up, we have mint. Now, mint is one of those plants that's practically a weed, but in the best way possible. Once you plant mint, it's pretty much unstoppable. It's one of the easiest herbs to grow, and it just keeps on giving, year after year. You only need to plant it once, and you'll have a never-ending supply of fresh mint. Mint is incredibly low maintenance, which makes it perfect for gardeners who want something that doesn't require constant attention. Whether you're planting it in the ground or in a container, mint will spread and thrive with minimal care. And here's the fun part. Mint adds a burst of fresh aromatic flavor to just about everything. You can use it in drinks, like iced tea or mojitos, or sprinkle it over your meals, desserts, or even in smoothies. It's a refreshing herb that can elevate your dishes and drinks in an instant. Just be mindful of where you plant it because once mint starts spreading, it doesn't stop. But honestly, with how useful and easy it is to grow, you won't mind one bit. Let's move on to oregano, another essential herb for any garden. Oregano is one of those plants that thrives in almost any condition. Whether you're dealing with poor soil, drought, or full sun, oregano just doesn't care. It's going to grow, and it's going to do it well. This herb is perfect for herb gardens because it's hardy, low maintenance, and just keeps coming back year after year. You'll get fresh oregano all season long, and once it's established, it'll grow back with minimal effort, making it a great choice for lazy gardeners. And let's not forget about cooking. If you love cooking, you'll know that oregano is an absolute staple in many dishes. It adds a robust, savory flavor to everything from pasta sauces to roasted meats and even salads. It wonders well with other herbs like basil and thyme. So if you're looking to grow an herb that thrives on neglect, gives you an abundant harvest, and enhances your cooking, oregano is the way to go.
We've got thyme. Thyme is one of the most versatile herbs out there, and it's incredibly easy to grow. It's hardy, which means it can handle a variety of growing conditions. Whether you're growing it in full sun or partial shade, it's going to do just fine. It's a perfect herb for containers. So if you're tight on space, you can grow thyme on a windowsill or even on your balcony. And here's the kicker. It smells amazing. There's something about the fresh, earthy scent of thyme that makes your garden feel even more welcoming. Thyme doesn't need a lot of attention to thrive. Just plant it in well-drained soil, water it occasionally, and it'll reward you with fragrant leaves that are perfect for cooking. It's a great addition to so many dishes, whether you're roasting vegetables, making soups, or seasoning meats. And if you harvest the leaves and let them dry, you'll have fresh thyme all year long. It's one of those plants that just keeps on giving and never disappoints. Dandelions. Yes, I said it, dandelions. Now before you roll your eyes and think, that's just a weed, hear me out, because dandelions are actually a hidden gem in your garden. While most people go on a mission to eradicate them from their lawns, dandelions are incredibly edible and packed with nutrients. From the root to the flowers, every part of the dandelion is useful. You can make tea from the leaves, add the greens to salads, or even use the flowers to make dandelion wine. The roots, they're great for roasting or even adding to soups for an earthy flavor. But beyond being tasty, dandelions are super healthy. They're high in vitamins A, C, and K, as well as minerals like iron and calcium. And the best part? They thrive in almost any environment. Dandelions are tough and resilient, growing happily in poor soil, shaded areas, or even places that other plants might struggle to survive. So instead of pulling them up, why not let them be a part of your garden? Not only are they free, but they'll continue to come back year after year, making them the perfect low-maintenance addition to your garden. Next, we've got chives. If you've never grown chives before, you're seriously missing out. They're one of the easiest herbs to grow, and the best part is they'll thrive in pretty much any type of soil. Whether you're working with sandy soil, clay, or something in between, chives don't care. They'll grow. And once they're established, they just keep coming back every year with minimal effort on your part. Chives are super low maintenance, which is perfect for any gardener looking for something easy to grow. And let me tell you, the flavor of fresh chives is amazing. It's a mild onion flavor, so it's perfect for adding to salads, soups, potatoes, eggs, pretty much anything. You can snip off what you need and leave the rest to keep growing. Chives will keep producing fresh leaves all season long, and they're a great way to add a pop of flavor to your dishes without being overpowering. So if you want an herb that's easy to grow, provides fresh flavor, and requires almost no care, chives are the way to go. Let's talk about garlic. Garlic is another garden superstar that requires almost no attention. Once you plant it, you pretty much forget about it until it's time to harvest. It's one of those plants that quietly grows in the background, doing its thing, and then, when you're least expecting it, you've got a whole bunch of fresh garlic bulbs ready to go. Garlic is incredibly low maintenance. Just plant the cloves in the fall, let them winter over, and by late spring or early summer, you'll be harvesting your own homegrown garlic. And when I say abundant harvest, I mean it. Each clove turns into a full bulb, so if you plant a few cloves, you could end up with more than enough garlic to last the entire year. Plus, homegrown garlic is way more flavorful than what you buy at the store. It's packed with that rich, pungent flavor that can elevate so many dishes, whether you're roasting vegetables, making soups, or seasoning meats. And if you harvest the leaves and let them dry, you'll have fresh thyme all year long. It's one of those plants that just keeps on giving and never disappoints. Okay, so we've gone through 20 of these lazy gardener-approved veggies, but why are they so perfect for you? Why should you start growing them today? Well, let me break it down for you. These veggies are the kind of plants that fit right into your life without you having to rearrange everything. They're not high-maintenance divas. They don't require fancy tools or constant care. All they need is some soil, a little water, and then they just do their thing. These veggies thrive with minimal effort and will still give you big yields, which means you're saving time, money, and energy. Plus, you'll be eating fresh food straight from your garden all season long. It doesn't get much better than that, right? Now let's talk about why these veggies are such a game changer for lazy gardeners. For those of us who don't have endless hours to spend in the garden, these plants are a dream come true. They're hardy and resilient, meaning they can handle a little neglect and still give you great results. And some of them are perennials, which means they'll come back year after year. So once you plant them, they just keep on giving, season after season, without you having to replant every year.
We all have busy lives, right? Between work, family, social commitments, and everything else, gardening can sometimes feel like one more thing on the to-do list. But with these plants, you can literally set it and forget it. You plant them once, give them a little attention here and there, and then they'll take care of the rest. And the best part? You'll still enjoy a bountiful harvest. It's like having your cake and eating it too. Plus, let's not forget the money-saving aspect. You're not going to break the bank with these veggies. They're easy to find, and most of them are pretty inexpensive to start with. Better yet, a lot of them let you save seeds from year to year, which makes your garden even more cost-efficient. You'll have a continual supply of fresh food without the need to buy new seeds every season. So not only do you get a great harvest, but you're also making your garden a smart investment for the long term. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these veggies are you most excited to try in your garden? Or maybe you're already growing some of them. If so, I'd love to know how they're working for you. Drop a comment below and let's chat about it. I really enjoy hearing your experiences, and I'm sure everyone else will too. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to share it with your gardening friends. Whether they're beginners or seasoned gardeners, we could all use some more low-maintenance veggies in our lives, right? The more we can help each other save time and money by growing our own food, the better. Let's build a community of gardeners who are all about keeping things easy, fun, and productive. So there you have it, 20 forgotten vegetables that grow like weeds. They're perfect for lazy gardeners and will save you time, money, and effort, all while giving you a productive garden. So what are you waiting for? Get planting, and remember, gardening should be fun, not stressful. These veggies practically take care of themselves, so there's no reason not to start today. Keep those green thumbs growing, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy gardening!